Welcome to Excise and Licenses online training videos. This video will show you how to submit an entity amendment application to update the entity name or type for a marijuana business license. This is only for the update of the name or type. If it is changing the EIN or employee identification number, that is a transfer of ownership. Or if you're changing it from one name to another because you're selling it to a different entity, again, that's a transfer of ownership amendment. It is not an entity amendment application. There are a couple of steps that you'll need to take before you apply online. You'll want to go to the Marijuana Licenses website to see all required documents for an entity amendment. You'll want to make sure that you have your documents filled out and uploaded on your computer, and please make sure that they are in a PDF or JPEG format. We are not able to open up any other type of file. And then again, you'll want your email and your password for your Denver's Online Permitting and Licensing Center account. And you'll want to make sure that you have a credit or debit card ready. And you may also process a payment from a bank account. You would need the routing number, account holder name, and account type. And then another thing is, if you are wanting to update the entity name or type for a marijuana license, all of the licenses attached to that entity must have first been transitioned online before you can submit an amendment. So again, all of the licenses have to be online before you can do any kind of amendment. Okay, now we're at Denver's Permitting and Licensing Center, and you're going to want to log in with your email and password for your account. And it's the email and password that you used to transition all of your licenses online. So again, you'll enter in your email and your password for that account, and then you'll click on login. And then here, where it says business, short-term rental, and occupational licensing, you're going to click on renew or manage because we're managing the applications that are already online. So you'll click on that. And then here it shows you all of your records that have been submitted for your account. And it has your entity, your entity registration, your licensed establishment, and then the licenses that are attached to that entity and licenses establishment. For today's example, we are going to do an amendment on the entity registration. So you're going to follow that over to the right, and you're going to click on amendment. And then here we are going to click on update current ownership structure, entity name, type, or general business contact information. You'll click on that button, and then you'll click on continue application. And then this page tells you what you could do to update an amendment and the documents that are required for each type of amendment. For this video, we are going to update your entity's true name and or organization type, and that's only if the employee ID number does not change. If it changes, then it is a transfer of ownership. But if it's just updating the name or type and it doesn't change that tax number, then it is an entity amendment. So then you'll click on continue application. And then here it's asking 3 questions. What type of amendment are we doing today? You could do all 3 amendments at the same time, but for today's example, we are just going to answer yes to the first question. For this example, we are just going to update the entity's true name and or organization type for this example today. We're going to say no to the other 2 questions, but you can do all 3 things at the same time if you want to. But again, for today, we're just going to say yes to the first question, and we're going to click on continue application. And then here it's asking you, okay, your entity type, you said before it's an LLC, and then you had your true name or your entity name was this, and you're saying, I want to change this to a for-profit corporation, and then now instead of having LLC at the end of my name, it's going to be Inc. So you want to make that change. And again, you want to make sure that how the name appears here is how the name appears on your state license number, because if you don't have these match, then it will be rejected. So again, you can change the entity type and the entity name, and then we're going to click on continue application. And then here, it's just telling you which documents need to be uploaded for the new entity name. And it's saying the entity name at your address that your licenses are located at with this entity. For this example, we only have one licensed establishment, one address. So they're just asking us for one burglar alarm monitoring contract and permit, and a lease or a possession of property certificate. If this entity had multiple locations attached to it, then it would ask for multiple documents. So make sure when you see that, you look at what address and you provide the correct document for each address. And so for this, we're going to upload the burglar alarm monitoring contract, and then we are going to upload the alarm permit for that address, and it has to be in the new entity name that we are submitting this amendment for. And then that's the same for the monitoring contract, and the same for the proof of legal possession of the premises, whether that's a lease, a deed, or the possession of property certificate. So then you will update that. And so again, the new entity name has to be on these documents, and it has to be for the correct address. And then you'll click on continue application. And then here is the review page. You want to make sure that you review everything, because this is your last time to review this for accuracy before you submit it to Excise and Licenses. So again, you look here and you say, we were only making the one type of entity amendment today, and this is what our new entity information is, the type and the name of the entity. And then these are the correct 3 documents that are for the new entity at that location. And if any of this is incorrect, you click the edit button next to this and you go back to that part of the application to correct. And then you will review this oath of application, and if everything looks good, you'll click on that checkbox, and then you'll click on continue application. And then now you have to go back to your business licenses records, because your application isn't considered submitted until you pay your fees due. And so here you're going to click on pay fees due. And then this tells you that you had 3 records that were being updated. And then you'll click on continue application. And then here, again, just telling you the amount that you're going to be paying today. And you'll click on checkout now. And then you can either pay with a credit card or a bank account. For today's example, we're going to pay with a credit card. And you could pay with either a Discover, a MasterCard, or a Visa card. For this example, we're going to pay with a Visa card. And then you enter in the card number, the expiration date, and the zip code that is tied to the billing address for your credit card. And then you click on complete transaction. And then this is your receipt. You need to print a copy of this page for your records. We will not email you or mail you a copy of this receipt, so please make sure that you print a copy of this for your records. And then now your application has been submitted to Excise and Licenses, and we will review the application within 7 to 10 business days. It could take up to 20 business days. And that's the initial review. If we need any extra information from you, we will be emailing you all communication. It will go via email. So please make sure that you watch your email for any requests that we have from you, and it will be coming from EXL notifications. So make sure that you watch your email, or you can log back in on your license account, your record account, and you can check on the status of your application online. But again, if we need any information from you, we will email you all communication. All right, and that concludes this training video. I'd like to thank you for watching this Denver Excise and Licenses video, and I hope that you have a great day. Thank you.